All right. Good morning. That means we're starting. Gotta share some stuff with you. Kelly and I are going to move, and this is spread throughout the community. We're not going to leave Lanark. We're just going to move into the parsonage. So, stop sending me the text, why are you leaving us and all that. We're not going anywhere. But yeah, we're going to move. It was the plan when we bought this property and we built this building that the pastor and his wife would live in the house, and that would be the parsonage. But Abby and Micah, are they in here? Do I dare talk about them? Abby and Micah were looking for a place to come down here. We waited 2 years till things were stable, and we decided we had to get down here. So we rented a house, and then when we bought this, we told Abby and Micah that they could live in the house until they found a house that they liked. Well, they liked the house. And that's been a problem now for 2 years has it been, Abby? You gotta go. No, we didn't throw her out, but they did find a house that they really love, and everybody's excited. So I can't wait to get out here and actually live by the church and be a little more accessible to people. But during this whole moving thing, is there anybody here that likes to move? Oh, and I got to tell you, y'all know me well enough, right? I am a piece of... Kelly's packing boxes, and I'm sitting there watching Cops on TV, And she's like, can you help me a little bit? Can you at least pick up the Cheetos? And, ooh, Cheeto. Huh? But, during this move, you discover things that have happened over a lifetime, and we rent, so I got to be a little bit careful here. But anybody got like a spot on their rug? You really don't want to change the carpeting, but you got this stain on your rug, so you put a piece of furniture over the... Now, when I go to your house, you see, when I see a throw rug on top of carpeting, I know what's under that throw rug, because we all do that. Right? And I know that the pictures that are hanging on the wall are strategically placed to cover holes and, cracks in the plaster. We all have these cracks and these stains and stuff. And of course, we find them when we're moving. And, I can't help but to have this analogy. And some of you have probably heard me talk about this before, but during this move, it just all came back to me. God is the creator. And if God came to you and said, I have created this home for you to live in. Now, in an analogy, this would be your body, you see. And what I want you to do is I want you to take really good care of it, because I'm going to come back someday, and I'd like to find it in this pristine condition that I gave it to you in. And this is what happens. We spill, and we crack, and we gouge the walls, and we hang pictures over holes. And we don't think anybody ever knows, when really we all have these stains in our lives. Things we don't want people to know about or see. And we throw a rug on them, or hang a picture over them, or put a piece of furniture in a very funny spot, just because the stain is on the rug. Anybody in here that doesn't have a stain on their rug? We are supposed to be good. And the landlord has created this house for us that is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful plan. And you can live there. And what he's done is he's given us these guidelines to keep our house in order, and how he wants to find it when he comes back. And he's going to come and check once in a while. And we all think we have plenty of time. And we start to cover and hide things in this created house that he gave us. There's flaws. When people come over to your house, don't you try to hide the flaws? You've all heard this a bunch too, and my wife's sitting right here, so I have to be really careful. Messages are better when she's not in here. Somebody will call and say, hey, can I stop by and talk to you for a minute? Well, yeah, when are you going to be here? Well, 5 minutes. Oh my God. You serious? This is hell on earth. For 5 minutes. Not me, Kelly. Right? I'm picking up some Cheetos. Can you please put some pants on? People are coming. And here we go. This is an analogy, right? No, when I mean put pants on, I mean, suitable armor. I'm not sitting around without pants on. Now you all got this mind picture. This is a phrase we use from the sweatpants to normal pants, you see. And when I make an announcement at the end of the day, I'm taking my pants off, that means it's over. The day's done, right? Now, I'm covered. It's just a figure of speech. So Kelly will say, can you at least put some pants on? Okay. Pick up our socks, right? Get the shoes out of the middle of the floor. I got to tell you a story. And here again, this is going to embarrass Kelly, but I got to tell it. So one time some people were going to stop by, and they weren't going to stay very long. So we picked up the living room, because they're going to come in the front door, right? And we kind of picked up the kitchen because you can kind of see through there. But that's about all. It was short notice. And they came in and said, can I use the bathroom? I really got to go. OMG. Didn't think about the bathroom. Right? Now, maybe you guys are all better than us, right? But there's stuff sitting around the bathroom that you probably don't want all your company to see. She has to work. She gets up and goes to work every morning, and I don't do anything. So you know what the bathroom looks like, right? So we try to hide these things from people because we have flaws. We have stains. You ever thrown anything in the tub and then pulled the curtain across, just hoping they don't want to take a shower, right? Or if they are in there, how many times have you gone to somebody's bathroom and you pull the curtain back just to look? Huh? OMG, man. You should see what the people threw in there. We have flaws. And we're supposed to be taking care of this. And, we do the best that we can. We're not all good. But you don't want people to look behind the pictures. You don't want people to look under the furniture. Any dog people in here? You ever move out your refrigerator? Huh? You don't want to talk about that either, do you? Right? You sit down in your reclining chair and you lift it up and you could care less. But when you look at it, when it's lifted up, and of course I'm a Cheeto guy. Ooh, Cheeto. I'll take care of that. We don't want people to see this. But we all do it. Maybe some of you have got really clean houses. Maybe there's no stains on your carpet, no cracks in the plaster, no water leaks anywhere. We had a tub once that, the overflow drain, right? It wasn't ever attached to anything. Whoever built the house never attached the overflow drain to the plumbing. And when you would fill the tub up, you know how you want to get it a little bit deeper? See, I'm big enough that I want to get it up to here. Well, the stuff in the basement, we didn't know, got soaked because it just ran down the wall into the basement. And of course, you're sitting around and you're like, what's that noise? Right? Now you don't want anybody to see the basement. So now you got water down there. And we're supposed to be taking really good care of this place. And he's going to come back someday, and he wants to find it in good condition. But as we're trying to hide these things, we have certain people, and I hope none of you are like this. We have certain people that want to look behind the shower curtain. They want to open your medicine cabinet. They want to peek under the couch. They want to lift up the rug, see what's underneath it. And they don't care about their flaws. But all they're doing is trying to pick out your flaws. I love these pictures where, you've probably seen them before. It'll say something like, people should check the backgrounds before they post selfies, And, of course, somebody has dissected their picture, and over their shoulder is something either really embarrassing or nasty or something. This is what we do to people. You've got flaws too, but we look at other people's flaws and we won't let them forget them. So we're supposed to be taking care of this pristine house, this creation that God gave us. And you have some people over and something gets spilled, and I better not say that. You ever spilled anything on the rug and then you're in a panic to go get something to clean it up, and on the way you step in something, so on your way back to clean up that stain, you've left tracks. You know how this goes? Or you got some people over and somebody spills a glass of something, and the next person just came in and said, here, I'll get that for you, and they got mud on their feet, and it just is a never-ending cycle. We get these traffic patterns down the hall. So we'll throw a runner down the hall to stop these traffic patterns. It's the only place to go. I went to move some furniture around. I think this was actually pre-Kelly. And I wanted to move the living room around, and when I started to move stuff, I could see that the carpet was different under where that was. Now that's good carpet, but now it's over here. And this all looked so bad. I got to put it back. It looked better with the mess than trying to actually move it the way that I wanted it. How are you guys doing? We all got some stains, and we're all trying to hide them. This world's a mess, and we're so worried about other people's stains that we're not paying any attention to ours. All we're trying to do is hide them. We're not really concerned about taking care of it. And someday, the landlord's going to come back and check on how you're doing with what he gave you. We all think we got tomorrow, right? Throw a rug on it, hang a picture on the wall. I'll worry about it some other time. That water running in the basement, I'll get to it one of these days. It's not hurting anything. Nobody knows about it. But you go over to somebody else's house and you're looking for the stains. We have a hard time putting it past us. We're supposed to just forget things, right? Forget your past. Well, I'm one to say you don't ever forget because you learn, but you don't have to dwell on it. Put up Luke 9:62. But Jesus told him, anyone who puts a hand to the plow and then looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. I think most of you probably got an understanding of this. You're focused forward. You're going forward. You don't look back. You always go in the direction that you look, right? Now, I don't want any of you to try this on the way home, but if you're driving a car and you look like this, your car will go that way pretty soon. Now, don't try that. Just take my word for it. Trust the pastor for a minute. If you're driving, you're going a straight line, and you look like this, pretty soon your car goes that way. You go in the direction that you're focused. It's just natural. And that's kind of what this means. We don't let people put things in their past. We want them to look over their shoulder. You got a stain on the carpet. The next time that person came over that helped cause that stain will say, dude, I know what's under the rug. Wasn't that hilarious? We had the best time. You should have seen it. I don't really want to think about that anymore, but they won't let me. They know where the stains are. They know why that picture's hanging in that spot. And they just keep bringing it up all the time. You're not worried about the plank sticking out of your own eye, but you're going to pick apart the speck in mine. Not me personally. Well, I got some, don't get me wrong. How Christian-like is that? I've been to some of your houses. For 25 years, Kelly and I were in the real estate appraisal business, and we have to look what's under the rug. You can't fool some people. You know that people that actually build houses, I probably shouldn't say this, somebody in here might have this. There's a throw rug in the dining room, and then there's hardwood around the outside the apron. Well, there's not hardwood all over the floor. There wasn't enough money to do that. So when you reach down and pick up the throw rug, there's plywood. Right? We fool people. Put a brick face on a house, but then there's vinyl on the sides and the back. Right? Are you fooling anybody? We want to. We want to try. We got stains. We got cracks. We've got holes. Now, when we go and moving this furniture out of our house, this is going to be quite an issue. Of course, I probably won't do anything. But you know how you go down the hall with something that's kind of big and there goes a gash in the wall. You know, the trim around the door is all banged up because that piece of furniture that you just had to have only fits through the door by that far. And I'm not that good. There's nicks in the trim. There's gouges in the wall. It happens. It's life. We get beat up. We do things wrong. We make mistakes. We all have these things in our lives. But the landlord's coming. How am I going to fix this? What if he sees it like this? Well, I don't have to worry about it today, right? A lot of us live that way. I'd like to forget about some of them. And I got certain people that won't let me. You got any of those? Make a mistake in your life? Every time you see that person, they got to bring that up. Just when I hadn't thought about it for quite a while. They think it's funny. Oh, remember that? We had the best time. Remember what you did to them? Yeah, I remember. Wanted to forget it. But they still think it's funny. They know exactly where the stains are. Are you one of those people? Not supposed to look back, but there's certain people that won't allow it. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. It's Isaiah 43:18. We want that, but we won't allow that to happen to others. We won't let it go. We just got to keep bringing stuff up all the time. I call this the guy with the mirror. Always jumping in front of you so you can see what's behind you. Every time you see somebody, they bring up the same thing. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I covered it with a rug. And you won't leave the rug there. You keep moving it, you keep looking under it, laughing about it. Dude, that was cool. No, it wasn't. I really just want to forget about it. You can be the guy with the mirror and not even know it. We see old friends. Instantly, memories start popping in our head. Oh, don't get me wrong, they were fun times. I've done some stuff I'm sure a lot of you haven't. But I don't want to look back. I don't want you to be the person that won't allow somebody to forget the past. We are a new creation. You want to be a new creation, but you won't allow somebody else to be. Well, I want to introduce you to a guy I call the stain remover. If God is the creator of this house that you're living in, then Jesus is our maintenance man. And the landlord tells us that we can call on the maintenance man, and he will come and fix the things that we cry out to him. There are certain things we just really can't seem to let him have completely. And we don't even really want to tell him. He's the maintenance man. But I don't want to confess that there's a huge stain under that carpet right there. The Creator told me to take good care of this. I don't want to tell him that. He won't look under the rug. He'll just be here for a little while because we just want him to fix the things and then go. Don't hang around. Just fix what I asked you to fix and then go. Don't look around too close. This is what we do to Jesus. We call on him when things are bad. But we don't really want to hang out with him. We just want him to fix our stains and our nicks on the wall and the trim around the door that we banged up. The water that ran in the basement because we overflowed the tub. But we don't want to invite him over just to hang out. I got some stains. And I don't want to even stand up here and confess them to you. You're supposed to do that, right? I'm so embarrassed by my stains, I don't want you guys to know. One day, the landlord's going to come knocking at the door. And what are you going to do? You haven't told the maintenance man about all the things that you've done. He's going to be really disappointed. Will the worship team get ready? I got to get you out of here pretty quick. You ever had your parents come over to your house and say, you know, you should be doing this? That's not how you do that. This is how you do it. This is kind of the Holy Spirit in this whole thing. Mom and Dad come over and say, what'd you do that for? This is how you do it. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. Why didn't you fix that? You got a maintenance man. Why didn't you call the maintenance man? We have this spirit that kind of guides us along and tells us we should be telling the maintenance man to fix these things for us. And we got friends that keep popping up, won't let us forget it. The maintenance man says, don't worry about it. That's all right. And says, no, man, the landlord's going to come back one day. And he told me that I would be held accountable for everything that I had done. And one day, there's a knock at the door. And you know it's him. Time's up. You weren't ready. I'm not ready for this. And you pause. You know, you don't rush to the door. You're thinking about what you're going to do. He's going to see these things. He's going to know. I can't hide this from him. He knows everything. And just about that time, before you go to the door and answer the door, the carpet starts to shake. See, now the walls, the paint on the walls and stuff kind of starts oozing down the wall. This stuff's falling from the ceiling. And you wonder what's going on. And you turn around, and all of this, all of the stuff that was kind of just vaporizing comes together into this mass, and it's Jesus. And where the carpet had came up are beautiful floors. Just perfectly clean marble floors. The walls are brand new cal coat. Just as white as snow. There's not a speck of dust anywhere. That is what Jesus does in your life. And you answer the door to the Creator, and Jesus says, hey, Dad, things are good here. This place is beautiful. And God comes in and says, awesome job. This is better than I left you with it. You realize that the inside of this house was just covered with Jesus' blood. And come time when the Creator comes back to talk to you about how you did with what He gave you and what He left you in charge of, is spotless because of the maintenance man. At the last minute, it was actually just covered by the blood of Jesus. Can you see that in your life? All the stains, all the nicks, all the holes, all the bad stuff that you're trying to hide, Jesus actually had covered for you. You got screen protectors on your phone? That's the Jesus I worship. And when it's time to trade in the phone, you just pull the protector off, and it is beautiful. when we appear before God, there will not be a stain, there will not be a nick, there will not be a scratch, there will not be a speck of dust because of what Jesus did on the cross for us. I want you just to take a few minutes and realize that the blood of Jesus has got you covered. It doesn't mean that we can make bigger stains. It doesn't mean that we can make more. But the ones that you have, if God the Creator comes to check today, Jesus will just take all of this mess, bring it together, and He'll be standing there. That's what He did for you on the cross. So God the Creator standing at the door. Jesus walks up to you, puts His arm around you, says, "Dad, didn't you do great?" God said, "Well done. I had no idea. Good job." Gives you His approval, walks away. Jesus turns around and walks away. "No, you're crap." It's hanging on His back. That's the Jesus we worship. Struggling to walk away from the weight of all your crap, all your stains, all your holes, all your cracks. Turns around and said, "I got this, buddy." We owe Him everything. We are the righteous of God because of Him. And He's hanging with all of our stuff on Him. You know, He shows up the next day and He doesn't have it on Him anymore. It's back to normal. Let you know that He took that for you. Landlord will never know. I got rid of it. Can you worship a God like that? That's why we gather here. Got a lot of junk going on in our lives. Sometimes you just got to give it to Him. He's got you covered. But you got to give it up. You got to give it to Him. He'll take it. He can handle it. He already has. And He will again. That's the kind of Jesus I worship. When you leave this place, I don't want you to make bigger stains. I don't want you to make bigger holes. I want you to try to not make them. But the ones that you left behind, you can leave behind. They're hanging on His back, and He walked away with them. Somebody might not let you forget it, but you'll never forget the sign, the vision of Christ walking away from you with all that stuff hanging on His back. That's what we should be thinking about. Don't let it bother you. I know it's hard to forget sometimes. But you might want to think about that person that just keeps bringing it up all the time. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to talk to them sometime. But maybe they need that same Christ that you have. Don't be harsh with them. But you know, sometimes you got to say something. I really don't want to talk about that anymore. It's okay. You can do it in a loving way. So what's going on in our world right now? I don't really want to talk about it much. I don't like giving the enemy any credit. But it's causing separation between us. He would like nothing more than to separate the church. I'm not going to stand for it. We will continue to open these doors every Sunday if you want to come. We'll do everything that we can to protect you, but I will not shut the door. Because there's one person out there, maybe they're in here today, that needs to hear the story of Jesus hanging with all the stuff on His back. That's why we exist. That's what I want you to, that's the life I want you to live. Not in fear, but to worship the one that can handle it. I can't fight this, but he can. Let's pray. Father God, I just thank you so much to let your son hang on that cross and not annihilate us for doing it is the greatest power of strength I've ever seen or heard of. Thank you. The love kept him on that cross for us to take all of our stuff, and it was just hanging on him. The weight must have been enormous. God, I thank you so much. Jesus, I owe you everything. As we leave this place today, Jesus, will you just walk with us? I just reach out my hand to you to take me by the hand. Walk with me. You are my Lord and my Savior. And from this day forward, I'll try to do the best that I can. It's in his name we gather here. Amen.